Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. It is with heavy hearts that we share the sad news of extraordinary American legends who passed away in the last 24 hours on May 24, 2025. Today, we pay tribute to their remarkable lives and lasting legacies. Join us as we honor their contributions. If this resonates with you, please like, support, and subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt tributes. Let's celebrate their impact together. Victoria Brownworth. What does it take to change the world with words, even when the world fights back? Victoria A. Brownworth, a journalist, writer, and editor who passed away at 69 on May 22, 2025, did just that. She broke barriers as a lesbian trailblazer, gave voice to the marginalized, and never backed down, even when illness and controversy came knocking. Her story is one of courage, impact, and a legacy that still sparks conversation. Let's dive into the life of this fearless woman. At just 17, Victoria was already making waves, writing for Philadelphia Gay News and publishing her first poetry book a year later. But it wasn't just words that defined her early years. As a student at Temple University, she became the star witness in Philadelphia's first federal police brutality trial. The police walked free, but that moment lit a fire in her. She turned to advocacy journalism, determined to expose truths others ignored. And that was just the beginning. By the 1980s, Victoria was shattering glass ceilings. She became the first openly lesbian columnist in a daily U.S. newspaper, writing for the Philadelphia Inquirer and Daily News. Her columns tackled lesbian issues head-on, a bold move in an era when being out could cost you everything. She didn't stop there. She hosted Amazon Country on WXPN-FM, the first lesbian radio program in the country. Her voice, sharp and unapologetic, reached thousands, proving representation mattered. But what came next would cement her as a true changemaker. During the AIDS crisis, when many turned away, Victoria dove in. She wrote groundbreaking articles about how the disease ravaged women, children, and people of color, groups often overlooked. Her work earned her the Society of Professional Journalists Award and the NLGJA Award, plus recognition from Lambda Literary. She wasn't just reporting, she was reshaping how the world saw the epidemic. Her words saved lives by demanding attention to the forgotten. But then, her own life took a dramatic turn. In her 30s, Victoria started feeling off, malaise, trouble walking, even breaking 13 bones in 18 months. She brushed it off as overwork until optic neuritis left her blind, leading to a diagnosis of primary progressive multiple sclerosis in 1993. She resisted the truth for over a year, but by 1994, she was using a wheelchair. Breast cancer and heart issues followed, yet she kept writing, editing, and co-founding Tiny Satchel Press to publish stories for marginalized youth. Her novel Ordinary Mayhem won a Lambda Literary Award in 2016, proving her grit never faded. But her personal life held its own powerful story. Victoria's heart belonged to Maddie Gold, her partner from their days at Philadelphia High School for Girls. After years of an on-and-off romance, they married in 2014 when Pennsylvania legalized same-sex marriage, celebrating 15 years together. But tragedy struck when Maddie died of cancer in 2022. What followed was shocking. Anti-vaccine activists, fueled by the film Died Suddenly, harassed Victoria, with some online rumors falsely tying Maddie's death to vaccines. Reports suggest Victoria faced relentless attacks, yet she never stopped advocating for truth. And that wasn't the end of her fight. Victoria A. Brownworth passed away from cancer at 69, leaving a legacy that still burns bright. She gave voice to the voiceless, from AIDS victims to queer youth, and faced every challenge with unflinching courage. Her story asks us, who will carry her torch? As we reflect on her life, let's remember that one voice can spark a revolution. What will yours inspire? Buddy Hall. What if the greatest pool player of all time wasn't just a champion, but a mystery wrapped in a nickname? Cecil Buddy Hall, known as the Rifleman, dominated 9-ball like no one else, with a precision that left opponents speechless and fans buzzing with questions. Was he really unbeatable? Or was there something more to his game? Let's dive into the story of a legend who redefined pool and left behind a trail of secrets. Buddy Hall wasn't born with a cue in his hand, but it sure seemed that way. Growing up in Metropolis, Illinois, he was just 14 when he started hustling at a local soda shop. Pool rooms wouldn't let a kid like him in, so Buddy got creative. He convinced a judge to issue him a new birth certificate, claiming he was old enough to play. By the time he hit Herbie Lynn's pool room, he was wiping the floor with grown men who'd been playing for years. It wasn't long before he realized the small-town tables couldn't hold him. But what drove a teenager to fake his age just to shoot pool? That hustle was only the beginning. In 1970, Buddy stepped onto a bigger stage at the Johnston City Tournament, a gritty proving ground for pool's elite. He wasn't a household name yet, but he turned heads fast. Facing off against top pros, he didn't just compete, he won, showcasing a level of cue ball control that had players whispering. They called him the Rifleman for his deadly accuracy, and that tournament put him on the map. But how did a small-town kid outshine veterans so quickly? Some say it was raw talent, others wondered if he'd already cracked a code no one else knew. That code might have been his clock system. Buddy invented a technique that used the clock as a guide for aiming the cue ball, turning shots into a science. It wasn't just about hitting the ball. It was about controlling every inch of the table. Fans still argue over whether this system gave him a mental edge, psyching out opponents who couldn't keep up. Reports claim he'd sometimes toy with rivals, letting them think they had a chance before running the table. Was the clock system his real weapon, or was it a distraction to hide something else? That's what kept players up at night. If you wanted to see Buddy at his peak, you had to catch him in a money match. Word on the street was he was untouchable in these high-stakes showdowns. Pool halls buzzed with stories of Buddy walking away with stacks of cash, leaving opponents broke and baffled. Some speculated he had tricks up his sleeve, angles or strategies he never shared. Even Johnny Archer, one of the game's greats, said Buddy was the best he ever faced, especially after Buddy ran 8 racks in a row to crush him in the 1991 US Open semifinals. 8 racks. That's not just skill, it's a statement. But what made him so unbeatable in those moments? Over his career, Buddy racked up over 100 tournament wins, including the US Open 9-ball championships in 1991 and 1998, plus the International Challenge of Champions in 1992. The Billiard Congress of America cemented his legacy with a Hall of Fame induction in 2000. He was Player of the Year 4 times, with magazines like Billiards Digest singing his praises. Yet, for all his trophies, it was the way he played, calm, precise, almost surgical, that left a mark. But there's a catch. Even with all that success, some fans felt he held back, keeping his best secrets close. In his later years, Buddy didn't slow down much. He starred in The Tale of Texas Pool in 2024, bringing his story to the screen just months before his passing on May 22, 2025, at 79. He kept competing on regional and senior tours, still sinking shots with that trademark precision. His 1983 biography, Buddy Hall, Rags to Rifleman, Then What?, hinted at a life full of unanswered questions. And that's where the rumors kicked in. Fans on X and pool forums speculated he had techniques he never taught, maybe even a final trick he took to his grave. Was there more to his game than he let on? Buddy Hall's legacy isn't just in the trophies or the nickname, it's in the mystery he left behind. From sneaking into pool halls as a kid to dominating the world's best, he played like no one else. But did he ever reveal the full story? His biography's title, Then What?, feels like a challenge to keep digging. What do you think? Did Buddy Hall take secrets to his grave? Or was his genius all on the table? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Mukul Dev. What happens when a star who soared both in the skies and on the silver screen fades away too soon? Mukul Dev, the versatile actor known for Son of Sardaar and Yamla Pagla Deewana, passed away at just 54, leaving Bollywood in shock. But his life was more than just movies. It was a tale of passion, missed chances, and whispers of a darker struggle. Let's dive into the story of a man whose journey was as captivating as it was mysterious. Mukul Dev was born in New Delhi in 1970, growing up in a disciplined Punjabi household with roots near Jalandhar. His father, Harry Dev, wasn't just an assistant commissioner of police. He was a man fluent in Pashto and Persian, introducing young Mukul to the rich tapestry of Afghan culture. This unique upbringing shaped Mukul's curiosity and charisma. By the time he was 13, he was already stealing the spotlight, earning his first paycheck for impersonating Michael Jackson in a Doordarshan dance show. It was a glimpse of the star he'd become, but his path wasn't always set for the stage. What came next would surprise everyone. Before the cameras, Mukul had his head in the clouds, literally. He trained as a pilot at the prestigious Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Uran Academy, clocking 100 hours of flight time, and even running his own aviation training institute in Delhi. He was a commercial pilot for nearly a decade, a chapter of his life that set him apart from the typical Bollywood star. But the pull of storytelling was stronger. Mukul traded the cockpit for the screen, a bold leap that led to his breakout moment. And that moment was closer than he expected. In 1996, Mukul's life changed when he landed his film debut in Dastak, playing ACP Rohit Malhotra opposite Sushmita Sen, who was also making her acting debut. The thriller put him on the map, but what many don't know is that he was first spotted by Amitabh Bachchan's production company, ABCL, for a film called Naam Kiya Hai. That project never saw the light of day, but it opened doors for Mukul, proving he was destined for more. His early roles in films like Keela and Koram showed he could hold his own alongside industry giants. But his versatility was just beginning to shine. Mukul wasn't confined to Bollywood. He became a pan-Indian star, leaving his mark in Hindi, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and Bengali films. His role in Yamla Pagla Deewana earned him the 7th Amrish Puri Award for acting excellence, a testament to his ability to steal scenes, whether in intense thrillers or light-hearted comedies. On television, he brought charm to shows like Mumkin, and even hosted the first season of Fear Factor India. Mukul seemed unstoppable, but a single misstep would cast a long shadow over his career. What happened next would shock everyone. In 2000, Mukul was set to star opposite Preeti Zinta in the hit rom-com Kiya Kenna, a role that could have catapulted him to A-list status. But on the first day of shooting, he didn't show up. Producer Ramesh Taurani, in a panic, replaced him with Saif Ali Khan, who went on to make the film a success. Reports suggest Mukul tried to explain himself, waiting outside Taurani's office, but the damage was done. This missed opportunity became a turning point, pushing him toward supporting roles instead of the stardom he seemed destined for. But that wasn't the only challenge he faced. In recent years, whispers emerged about Mukul's personal struggles. After losing both parents, his father in 2019 and his mother later, Mukul reportedly became a shadow of himself. Friends like Vindu Dara Singh shared that he withdrew from public life, rarely leaving his home or connecting with others. Rumors suggest he battled health issues, with some pointing to depression and lifestyle choices like excessive drinking or gutka use, though these remain unverified. Mukul was admitted to the ICU in May 2025, and despite treatment, his condition worsened. His sudden passing on May 23 left the industry reeling, but one final clue has fans buzzing. On February 26, 2025, Mukul posted a haunting video on Instagram, showing clouds from an airplane cockpit, with a cryptic caption, "And if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon." Said to Pink Floyd's Brain Damage, the post has sparked speculation. Did Mukul, a trained pilot with a poetic soul, sense his time was near? Fans have flooded the post with tributes, wondering if it was more than just a fleeting thought. The mystery lingers, but his legacy is undeniable. Mukul Dev's passing has left a void in Indian cinema. Colleagues like Manoj Bajpayee called him a brother in spirit, praising his unmatched warmth and passion. Vindu Dara Singh highlighted Mukul's role in Son of Sardaar 2, set to release as his final performance, promising to bring laughter to audiences even in his absence. From his early days mimicking Michael Jackson to commanding screens across India, Mukul's journey was one of talent, resilience, and untold stories. He leaves behind his daughter, Sia, his brother Rahul Dev, and a sister, Rashmi, along with countless fans. Mukul Dev's life was a flight path that soared high, but ended too soon. Was his final post a coincidence, or did he know something we didn't? His story reminds us how even the brightest stars can face unseen struggles. What do you think? Did Mukul's cryptic message hold a deeper meaning? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that uncover the lives of legends like Mukul Dev.